This evening, police have detained the Kuru Kuru Dentist while investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of his wife. Guyana is soon to file a pleading with the ICJ in the long-disputed border controversy with Venezuela. Northeast Penitence man busted trafficking drugs in Region 3. In the region, Costa Rica Congress passes medical marijuana bill, and internationally, more than 1 million refugees are now on the move from Ukraine. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The Guyana Police Force is currently investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a dentist whose body was found hanging at her home at Kuru Kuru, Suicide Linden Highway on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. 26-year-old Danwanti Ramsarup was discovered by her husband, 30-year-old Renil Daniels, also a dentist. The man claimed he and Ramsarup had a misunderstanding on Monday, and she allegedly set fire to several pieces of her clothing and threatened to take her life. Daniel's father stated that on Tuesday, he was at his parents' home when the woman called and told him she was going to end her life. Upon hearing this, he immediately headed home. When he arrived home, he found the place in darkness. Upon making checks, the man discovered the deceased motionless on the ground with a cable wrapped around her neck, still attached to the roof of the house. When the police arrived at the scene, the body was checked and blood was seen in her nostrils, while marks of violence were seen on the exposed parts of her body. Additionally, the CCTV cameras were seen on the home of the couple. When asked to provide the password, Daniels reportedly told the police that he did not know the password. Ramsarup was then picked up and taken to the city hospital, and she was officially pronounced dead by a doctor on duty. Her remains are currently at the Memorial Gardens funeral home awaiting an autopsy. However, the DVR was extracted from the system by the police to be analyzed. Daniels was arrested and remains in police custody. The file is presently being sent to the DPP for advice as investigations continue. A Northeast Penitence man was apprehended for cocaine trafficking on Essequibo Island, West Demerara yesterday. Here is more.
Officers of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit conducted an operation between Ruby and then Amstel, which led to the arrest of a male and the seizure of 2 parcels of suspected cocaine on March 3, 2022. According to an eyewitness, a strange minibus was parked for over 2 hours in the area. Upon the return of the driver, Kanu officers swooped down and arrested the man and confiscated the suspected narcotics. 45-year-old Ian Griffith of Northeast Penitence was escorted to the Kanu's headquarters along with the suspected narcotics, which tested positive for cocaine and had a weight of over 2 kg and with a street value of over $2 million. Investigations are ongoing. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jervis.
Thanks, Dale. Continuing on our coverage of news in Region 3, tonight we report that on Tuesday, March 2nd, police from Regional Division 3 reported a fatal accident on the Ampa Bay Trail, East Bank Essequibo. Dead is 58-year-old porter Lighton Hendricks of Pomeroon River. According to the police report, around 7:30 a.m., an unregistered motor tractor and trailer driven by 24-year-old Riaz Khan of Butcher Street, Parika, East Bank Essequibo was proceeding west on Ampa Bay Trail with the trailer attached packed with wallable posts. The porter, Hendricks, was sitting atop the post when the trailer's right side wheel went into a hole, causing it to swing right. Due to the size of the load being transported, the trailer toppled. Hendricks was pinned under the pile of posts. With the help of public-spirited persons, he was taken out from under the pile and taken to the Ampa Bay boat landing and later transported to the West Demerara Hospital, where he was officially pronounced dead. The body was taken to the Ezekiel's funeral home and it is awaiting a postmortem examination. The driver has been placed in custody pending further investigations. Stick around after the break. Guyana soon to file pleading with the ICJ in the long-disputed border controversy with Venezuela, and Guyana Police Force seeking your help in identifying a body in a murder case.
Maison Francois is the chocolate paradise of Guyana. From the moment you enter our store, you are welcomed by the sweet aroma of Belgian chocolate, pastries and other artisanal treats handmade by our European-trained chef. Our convenient location at the City Mall is the perfect place to take that special someone or to take home a little sweetness. So treat yourself with a taste of Paris in the heart of Georgetown, only at Maison Francois.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Welcome back. Guyana has informed the Caribbean community that it will file written proceedings with the International Court of Justice in the ongoing boundary dispute between Guyana and Venezuela on Thursday, March 3rd, as the 33rd intersessional meeting of the Conference of Heads of CARICOM concluded. The submission will speak to the merits of Guyana's application concerning the validity of the arbitral award of 1899. The intended outcome of the case is to have a definitive settlement of the land boundary between the two countries. CARICOM has echoed its support to Guyana and the preservation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Some $666 million has been budgeted for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the international cooperation to pay legal fees in the border case. During the deliberation of the estimates, the government reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity. In March 2018, Guyana filed a complaint with the International Court of Justice challenging Venezuela's non-participation due to the disagreement over the legal validity and binding effects of the October 3, 1899 award. Venezuela has declined to participate in the proceedings, claiming that the ICJ lacked jurisdiction to hear the matter. The International Court of Justice upheld its jurisdiction to hear Guyana's claim about the validity of the 1899 award concerning the border between British Guyana and Venezuela, as well as the related question of the definitive settlement of the land boundary in a 12-4 majority ruling on December 18, 2020. The Guyana Police Force is seeking the public's assistance in identifying the body of a male who was discovered with several deep wounds to the left side of his face and the head at Barima Line Bar Meeting Northwest District on Thursday, March 3rd. The man was last seen in the company of two males. The body of the man was discovered in front of a camp which houses a shop owned by a known male in the area with several deep wounds to the left side of the face and the head. The body was clad in a dark long-sleeve jersey, green trunks, and a pair of long grey boots on feet. He is fair in complexion, medium build, about 5'5" in height. His average age is early 20s. Around 7 a.m., a report was made at the Bar Meter police station, and ranks immediately went to the location, picked up the male and rushed him to the Bar Meter Health Center. However, he was pronounced dead on arrival. The body was taken to the Port Kaituma Hospital mortuary, awaiting a post-mortem examination. The shop owner is presently in custody, assisting with the investigation. Efforts are being made to locate the two individuals the man was last seen with. Anyone with information that could lead to the deceased identity is asked to contact the police on 620-6836-911 or the nearest police station. Don't go away after the break. Kenya activists conduct plastic pollution survey and more than 1 million refugees on the move from Ukraine. But before that, here's the bridge retraction schedule.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Maison Francois is the chocolate paradise of Guyana. From the moment you enter our store, you are welcomed by the sweet aroma of Belgian chocolate, pastries, and other artisanal treats handmade by our European-trained chef. Our convenient location at the City Mall is the perfect place to take that special someone or to take home a little sweetness. So treat yourself with a taste of Paris in the heart of Georgetown, only at Maison Francois.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Costa Rica's Congress has passed legislation legalizing the use of marijuana for medical purposes and allowing its cultivation for industrial uses. However, the cultivation and selling of marijuana for recreational reasons will remain illegal. The bill's supporters claim it will improve the agricultural economy and create jobs. Costa Rica will now join a slew of other Latin American countries that have legalized medical marijuana. Marijuana usage for recreational purposes is still illegal in most of the region, with the exception of Uruguay, which became the world's first country to legalize it in 2013. Internationally, a legally binding treaty to restrict the use of plastic and reduce pollution is being discussed by the United Nations member states in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. That's being held as a group of campaigners are sailing a boat made from recycled plastic waste off the country's north coast. Al Jazeera's Malcolm Webb reports.
Nobody has ever measured how much plastic pollution is in the sea and on the beaches here around the Lamu Islands off Kenya's northern coast. The campaigners on board this sailing boat want to give it a go. It's called the Flip Floppy and made from recycled plastic waste, named after the plastic sandals that cover it.
We're interested in understanding how we can create a circular economy for plastic waste here in a local environment like this. So to do that, we have to understand how much plastic is here. We have to understand how much people know about this issue.
The Flip Floppy crew members campaign against the use of single-use plastics and try to find ways for people to reuse plastic waste.
The Flip Floppy is the first sailing boat of its kind in the world, and this survey is the first of its kind to ever take place in this part of the Indian Ocean. The crew say they don't know exactly how much plastic pollution is in the ocean, on the beaches or in the mangroves, but they say they're sure that there's a lot.
And they're right. On every island they've stopped, plastic bottles litter the mangrove swamps that line the shores. By roping off squares and collecting and weighing the plastic in each, they can estimate how many tons are here and then share ideas with the communities of what to do with it all. Maimuna Shea already collects plastic waste from the beaches.
It has benefits. It has helped us. We collect the bottles and we put it in other plastics that we collect from the ocean. We've made plastic blocks and built a house from them.
Maimuna and her neighbours have joined plastic recycling projects before. They showed us what they've built from the waste they've collected, but the waste on the beaches is only part of the problem. This device collects tiny plastic particles from the sea. The samples will be sent to a lab to find out if the water here is as polluted as the coastline. Bahati Mayoma's travelled from Tanzania to help with the research. He says the particles are disastrous for fish.
If a plastic looks like food for a certain species, it will be consumed. And we understand that plastic cannot be digested. This fish will end up actually either dying or their reproductive ability will be hampered.
For more than 1,000 years, seasonal winds carried traders in dhows across the Indian Ocean. Today, campaigners say the same winds are bringing plastic waste from as far away as China to these islands. They hope the Flip Floppy project will help the people living on them to deal with the growing challenge of plastic waste.
As the war in Ukraine continues, the European Union has agreed to offer protection for refugees from Ukraine. They will be given residency rights for up to 2 years, Al Jazeera's Zain Bashravi reports.
Roman is from Kharkiv, a city in ruin from Russian attacks. He's at the border to let go of everything he loves, turn back alone, and join the fight.
Страх, збентеженість.
Feelings? Fear, confusion, hate, anger. I don't even know. One feeling is I need to send my family to safety. And next everything will be all right. We will win for sure. Nothing else. We will save our country. Everything will be all right.
You don't have to know what he's saying to understand how he feels. A country torn in two. Small villages and towns like this one are the last hurdle to safety for the hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children amassing at Poland's border. The last checkpoint, the last long line, a last chance to say goodbye. The lucky ones board buses bound for cities in Europe. Others wait.
This line is long, but it is still moving. A week into this conflict, and the crowd, the traffic, the line at this border crossing, it's much smaller, and the system of getting across into Poland seems much more organized, much more efficient, but no less tragic for the people that are leaving their country behind.
Ukrainians trying to get to safety say they feel abandoned by the international community. They know help is coming, but not enough to stop Russian invaders destroying their cities, their homes, their lives.
Ukrainians are going to NATO, but NATO is not here in Ukraine. We need real help. Army, weapons, helmets and vests. Our army needs serious help. They really need weapons, and there is no weapon in Ukraine that would really destroy the Russians.
Each of these women have a husband or father or brother fighting to defend their cities or on the front line. They say they will never leave and help other Ukrainians however they can. At a place that divides two countries, Ukrainian families are being forced to divide themselves. Women move forward to preserve the country's future. Men go back to make sure they have a home to come back to. Zain Basravi, Al Jazeera, Shigenya, Ukraine.
And finally, foreign fighters have heeded President Volodymyr Zelensky's call, and they are coming in from all over the world to help Ukraine defend itself from Russia. In Thailand, a group of young men is preparing for a journey west to fight against a global superpower. Al Jazeera's Leah Harding has more.
Thailand knows a thing or two about fighting for its democracy. These former Thai Air Force members are now political activists, known for leading protests in 2020 against the military-backed government. Now they see a need for their services in Ukraine.
I have been involved in demanding democracy in my country and opposing tyranny. Ukrainians are also fighting for democracy and are now invaded by a superpower and a tyrant. So I asked myself what I could do for them. This is the reason why I applied.
Chanapong Pongpai has started recruiting others to join him. In just one day, he says he received 2,000 names of people interested in volunteering.
We fight for democracy here. They fight for their democracy there. We are like friends. It's the same feeling, the same ideology. To me, it's unfair to the Ukrainian people because the attack happened not only at a military base, but also at hospitals, kindergarten schools, and civilian areas. This is the reason why I want to go help them. If you ask me whether I'm scared to get killed, of course I'm scared.
The Ukrainian embassy in Bangkok is tasked with vetting the recruits. They need to provide proof of military training and have a clean criminal record. Pongpai said his training from 2 years in the Air Force could help the Ukrainians protect civilians, guard areas, and secure supply lines.
I want to tell Ukrainians that you are not fighting alone. Many people want to help you. Don't lose hope and feel that the world has abandoned you. Even if we are not a superpower, even if we are only a small light, we can shine a bright light to help you if we all join together. Please wait. We are in the process of coming to help you.
Thailand was among 141 countries at the United Nations General Assembly that voted to reprimand Russia for invading Ukraine and demand Moscow stop fighting and withdraw its military forces. While it's not clear if Pongpai or his friends will be accepted to help Ukraine, they've already begun to prepare, offering help from an unlikely corner of the world. Leah Harding, Al Jazeera.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here knows you through the weather forecast. all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other.